Let's begin today's Vanguard news with Bushiroad giving Orfist mains a bone to chew on and EZBT08 as Lyrical Monasteria assimilated their troops into becoming Artisaria's concert props. Cardinal Fang Purisma while on rear guard lets you pay 1 counter and soul blast and retiring itself if you have a grade 3 or higher Orfist Vanguard to call up to 2 Shadow Army tokens. Was it even necessary to specify a grade 3 Orfist when it's already a grade 3 unit? It's not like Brandgate has a way to call higher grade units during the early game. And the ability itself feels overcosted. At least let it go into your soul like the giant snake that slithers into your pants. Cardinal Dracodil Commonus when placed on rear guard from hand lets you send up to 1 world card from your deck to your drop zone and this unit gets 2k power if your world is either in Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight state. And while in the drop zone, you can pay 2 energy and binding itself if you have a grade 3 or higher Orfist Vanguard to call a Shadow Army token. Zorgo mains are probably jealous that Orfist finally got a consistent way to send a specific order card from their deck to the drop zone, and being able to generate a Shadow Army token by binding this card from the drop zone is just Yu-Gi-Oh levels of utility that I'm starting to worry if Vanguard is going the graveyard toolbox route as Twincast opened the floodgates and even Thegria got a normal order card that works while in the drop zone. Battle Sister fans rejoice, Divine Sisters is officially getting a deck of their own. But the catch is it's only a promo card. Divine Sister Era's Kunlesh once per turn while on Vanguard lets you pay 1 counter blast to add and call up to 1 Divine Sister card from the top 7 cards of your deck. Then return the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. And once per turn while on Vanguard, you can pay 1 Divine Sister Soul Blast when she attacks to stand 1 of your Divine Sister rear guards. Then it gets an auto ability that gets 5k power for each grade it has when it attacks, but it goes into your soul at the end of your turn. You can stand 2 Divine Sister rear guards instead if you soul blasted a card with the same name as herself. While her first ability is amazing, Bushiroad did this card dirty as there's no Divine Sister Sentinel and the only Divine Sister trigger is the new Soul Front trigger Natilla. So unlike Stealth where you can toolbox 95% of your deck, Divine Sisters has to work for their mediocre cards the hard way. And I do mean mid as hell, as Binny and Cuneifer are the only good restand targets for this card's ability. Biscotti alone won't save this deck. Spinning Corolla Miners when placed on rear guard over a token unit lets you add up to 1 glitter card or an order card that isn't a Regalis piece from the top 5 cards of your deck. And while on rear guard, she gets 5k power when she attacks a grade 3 or higher unit while you have a token unit on rear guard. Rarao continues to prove that Bushiroad has a protagonist bias as it gets a new promo card while the rest of the Craycross epic decks didn't even get a new 4 more support unit. I have to use a $65 card just to do a similar effect as this card in Thegria, and yet players would demonize my deck for running so many damn expensive generics. Finally, High 5 is a normal order card that can be played by paying 1 counter blast, can be played from the drop zone, and played without paying the cost if you have a Vanguard with the Divine skill. To bind this card then draw a card and reveal a card in hand. You call the revealed card if it was a unit card with a grade equal or lower than your Vanguard's grade, or discard it if it was not. Then the called unit gets 5k power and an auto ability if your Vanguard is grade 3 or higher. That lets you give 1 of your units 5k power when it leaves your rear guard. The amount of condition gymnastics this card does further proves my point that this nation never gets fucking punished. This is basically a mini wisdom of beginning with the added bonus of power, further proving my point of why would anyone play any other nation when Lyrical Monasteria can do everything but better. All they're missing is a Sargon clone that lets you charge 3 energy on top of adding a card from the top 7 cards of your deck, and the nation can have a pile of their own. And that concludes this Vanguard news without the bullshit. Special thanks to my Patreon members for continuing to support my content creation. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments if the other 5 nations should get a Uwika clone as payback.